نحمده wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Approximately 1 kilometer afar from the Masjid Nabwi Sharif stands the majestic and illustrious building of Hejaz railway station, which was the end point of 1,330 kilometer long railway track, which stretched from Damascus and connected many cities and towns of Syria, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia. The main towns and cities were Damascus, Shagra, Al-Zarqa, Oman, Qatrana, Mian, Tabuk, Madain Saleh, Al-Ula, Bir Usman, and its last stop, Madina Munawwara. And here is the Masjid Ambariya, built in the Ottoman Empire time. This is the backyard of the Hejaz railway station, telling the story of bygone days. And this is Usama, my nephew. There's a small mosque, Masjid Sakaya here. Ottoman Hejaz Railway is no more functional, but many old, rusty, corroded locomotives and bogies can still be found abandoned on the stations and tracks. The main hall of the Hejaz railway station in Madina Munawwara has been converted into a very beautiful museum. Just now you saw an old tank for water, and these are the two ancient pounders for crushing grains, as well as a water basin made from volcanic rocks. Everything in this museum belongs to Madina Munawwara or the region surrounding it. A closer look of the water basin of ancient times. Behind one can see the pictures of old minarets of Masjid Ghamama, Masjid Abu Bakr Siddiq Radhiyallahu Anhu, Masjid Umar bin Khattab Radhiyallahu Anhu, and Masjid Ali ibn Abi Talib Radhiyallahu Anhu. This piece of rock is from As-Suwaidra, Madina Munawwara, from 2nd or 3rd Hijra century, and it has early Islamic Kufi inscripture on it. These petroglyphs or rock engravings are as old as the human civilization. Written on the rock piece is first line Sallallahu ala, second line Muhammad ibn Hussein al-Ya'li, third line ثم الأولي وسلم على يحيي, fourth line ميت وغفر له ولوالده, fifth line وما ولد آمين رب العالمين. Scriptural heritage. This stone carving also dates back to the early Islamic period. Nothing is long lasting in this ephemeral world, but these engravings have passed the test of time. They are perpetual. This stone carving is also from the early Islamic period. This is a monumental sculpture of the head of an ox from pre-Islamic era, from a rock which was fixed on Al-Faria fort. You can see the eyes and the face of the bull. It's pre-Islamic primeval sculpture. One can also see the minarets of Masjid Qiblatain, Masjid Abar Ali, Masjid Juma. This is an ancient grinding wheel, a very big one in size, used to grind the grains and wheat. And here is the route of the Hejaz Railway. Hejaz Railway was a project of Ottoman Empire. The work started in 1900 AD, and within 8 years the route was completed. An appeal for donations was made to the whole Muslim Ummah, which was well responded. Before Hejaz Railway, pilgrims had a tough time to travel by camel caravans, as it took a month to reach Madina Munawwara from Damascus. Hejaz railway track cut it to a mere 36 hours. The ticket was also very cheap, with one-way cost of just £3 and 10 shillings. Moreover, it was very safe, secure, as the robbers and bandits used to attack camel caravans and loot them before. The first train arrived in Madina Munawwara on 22nd of August 1908. Mukhtar Bey was its chief engineer. This is another manual grain grinder which were used before the onslaught of modern electronic grinders. Before the onslaught of modern electronic grinders, these antique stone grinders were used. Although they are still in use, their time has petered out. Nothing is tenacious in this world. They set a precedent for the future technological advances. There is another heavy wheel grinder used for wheat and other grains. A hot water bottle of the yesteryears sits besides it. These pipes were hand carved from the volcanic rocks and used for drainage, etc. Another purpose of Hejaz Railway was to foster brotherly relations among the neighboring Muslim countries. Here we see the model of the Madina Munawwara station, which has been beautifully turned into a very nice museum where one can peep back into the history. A big storage box. We are now passing through the quaint atmosphere of Hejaz railway station in Madina Munawwara, which is now a museum. There stands an old table with a chair. And this is the collection of the bridal suits worn in the last century. The first one is Al Punjabi dress, then Saub al Madini, Saub al Zaboon, and Saub Draft al Bab. Al Punjabi dress, Saub al Madini, Saub al Zaboon. These apparels and attires were vogue in their time. Adored with the embroidery work and motifs, these bridal garbs of over 100 years ago are still charismatic and pervasive. Samples of embroidery of Madina Munawwara decorated with ornamentation and embellishments, they are awesome. Here are the utensils of ancient times: a jug, an incense burner, إبريق ومبخرة, utensil for presenting sweets. This one is kawa grinder and a kerosene oil lamp. What a vivid display of expertise. Even the time could not tinker with these legacies. Their venerable craftsmanship is praiseworthy. They are analogous to the current utensils in use. The wooden work of the old windows, what a splendor, matchless. These lanterns, candlesticks, and lamps all belong to the inhabitants of Madina Munawwara region. Aesthetics of these antiquities are adorable. The ceramic plates, this collection is a beauty. Multi-color ceramic plates. These old tabs, door knockers, weights for aligning the walls during construction. Candlestick and a pitcher for washing hands after meals. Copper cups, some more ceramic tiles, and perfume sprinklers used in Madina Munawwara in the last century. Prominent personalities of Madina Munawwara from the past. Hejaz Railway survived the brutal attacks of the bandits in 1912 and 1914 AD, but the World War I damaged it too much. T. E. Lawrence, along with his guerrillas, attacked brutally on the track and made it impossible to work again. In 1917, Hejaz Railway stopped completely and it was abandoned in 1920. This station in Madina Munawwara has been transformed into a museum, which is highly appreciable. Some pottery from the past, and this is probably the most antique section of this museum. They are all retrieved from the region of Madina Munawwara. These are the specimens of three extinct languages and scripts: South Musnad inscription and North Musnad inscription and Khat-e Lahyani. The primitive tools belong to the Mosterian era of 80,000 years BC, legacy of yesteryears. Previous to Islam, this area was ruled by Nabateans who spoke Arabic but wrote in Aramaic language and later on in Greek. This plate is from the Nabatean era. Nabateans were also known for agriculture. Their stonemasons were famous for stonework and inscriptions on the rocks. Look at these specimens. The grinding wheel made in prehistoric era, made from the volcanic rock. A close look at these sculptures reveals how old they are. From primeval pre-Islamic period, this gives us a retrograde journey to the past. Human face. And this grain grinder is also from pre-Islamic period. Indeed, very old. Some specimens of pottery. Dried roses of Madina Munawwara and fossils of old trees all found in Madina Munawwara region. In past, there was a forest called Ghaba on the other side of Jabal Uhud. Specimen of stones and rocks and other grains. The colorful rocks and see the rock pattern. It's now time to say farewell to this quaint atmosphere full of wonderful artifacts from the past. This is the remaining track and the bogies of the narrow gauge Hejaz railway track. The renovations have made it vivacious again with a garden like atmosphere. Almost a full train. This is a good place to frolic. Madina Munawwara is a sanctuary of peace and solace. Even when Jews were persecuted by Bakht Nasr and huddled out of their homelands, they rushed to Madina Munawwara and settled here. Last views of Hejaz railway station from this video. Thanks for watching.